Man, more than expected. Episode 4, we back, we here. We live, man. We got a new guest with us in the building today.
Yes.
You know, it's a very special guest, man. You know, another artist, very talented individual on a success journey. Gonna give us some game, talk that shit, you know, and give you what you need to hear, for real.
For sure.
You know, my man's Marv P.
Thank you for
Marv
having
P.
me, bro. Thank you.
Hey, it's good to see you today, man. How you doing today?
I'm good, bro. Blessed.
Bless. How your weekend going?
It's going. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't going like as planned, but it's definitely going how I need to go. So.
Okay.
I can't trip.
All right. So, Marv P, tell the people a little bit about who you are.
I'm an artist. Well, I'm from the city. I'm from Norfolk.
From Norfolk.
Just a super huge fan of music, and art, and like creating things. You know what I'm saying? So like, it started off as using music to express myself. Just like thoughts that I couldn't necessarily like, you know what I'm saying, like figure out a way to express. So really it was just like writing songs personally to just help get certain thoughts off, and then it just became a different mission to like really like a lot of times the music and the content and like the context of it is to share with people, to let them know that like you ain't the only one going through this. So
Facts.
I use my stories and a lot of things that I've been through, whether it's positive or negative, to like really just like share so that somebody will relate to it, and hopefully it affects somebody in a positive way, or even if they hear it and it's like they know what not to do, or that's now becomes a perspective that they know of.
Yeah.
So,
okay, man. You sound like you really got a passion for it, for real.
for sure.
When would you say you even started to have a passion for music though? Like what age?
Well, I was singing at first, like in high
Singing,
school,
okay.
in middle school. I was
Was in
singing.
the chorus?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely in chorus. But then, actually, a lady named Miss Campbell in high school, who was like 9th grade, creative writing. She, I would say, taught us how to write. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you like learn how to write poetry, all that type of stuff. So that's when I kind of learned that part of it. So once I actually learned how to write, I think it was easier for me to express myself. Because it's different, you just write stuff down and it don't really like mean too much to you, or you're not comfortable sharing it with something, you know, because you're not even comfortable with the way you present it.
Yeah.
So I think like once I started to learn how to present it, I was more comfortable making it. So then it became just a thing that I was like super interested in.
So she helped you like put structure to it.
Yeah, like she taught us poetry. So like, we learned about Tupac, of course, like the Romeo and Juliet and stuff like that. But when she taught us about Tupac, it really like inspired me. Like looking back, like at the moment I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh, this is cool. Who's gonna know? You know what I'm saying? Like, who really gonna know where this gonna go? And then at the moment, then it became a dream from there. It's like, it'd be nice to be Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Or have that influence, but from that, it's just like, okay, I don't gotta be Tupac, I could be me. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, and just find my way to do it.
Okay. So you was in chorus, you was a singer. So you've been singing since you were young, like you was a kid?
Yeah, I was singing since like elementary school.
Elementary?
Yeah.
Does your mom used to tell you you could sing?
No, the crazy part is I went to Camastella Elementary, and in school, I don't know, I was just like, the structure of school I've never really been with.
Yeah.
So I remember I had got like, put out of class, I think the teacher name was like Miss Davis or something. And I got put out of class, and got to sit in the auditorium. So we sitting there, and like these other kids in like this little class they had going on. They was teaching like the xylophone for this Christmas play, and I was not with it at the time. I was like, I'm not doing no Christmas play. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what is this? So I was trying to be cool, you know, it's like 4th, 5th grade. But after sitting there long enough, what else is there to do?
Yeah. So
once I started doing that, it actually like sparked my interest in music, because I was like, this is actually kind of cool. It's like middle school, I got into chorus. And that's when I learned about music, like, you know what I'm saying, like song structure, all this other type of stuff, notes. And then I was discovered that I like, wow, I actually can't hold a note. But then you're taught how to do it, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of like, it was just, you know, these people in random situations in my life kind of like really structured it. At the time, I didn't know that's what was going on, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they seen it in you already.
Yeah, I don't remember knowing how to sing before then, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, so you won't just a singer as a baby, like you want 4 years old walking around the house singing?
Nah, never. I don't remember. I really don't have memories of me singing until like middle school when I was like in chorus.
That's crazy though. Usually people with talents like that, it's something that they grew up doing though. Like what's passed down from the family. Is it artists in your family though?
Nah, it's I got like cousins and my older brother. They rap. I actually learned they had like a rap group when they was in high school.
Yeah.
But nobody sung. My mama was a horrible singer. She actually played like the viola and the violin though.
Yeah.
She did tell me that she was nice with that, but like nobody sang. I had like a cousin who sang. She really won't do too much. But like as my direct line, nah, nobody was really.
No, so you just had that talent though.
Yeah, it's like you don't know you got it until I guess somebody tells you that you okay. Like or like, wow, you're good, and then it's like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like before then you lying.
It's just regular to you.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
Because you don't know if you're good, so you don't know if it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't know if it's good. So it's like, I could be really bad at this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah. Because I be sounding good as hell singing in the bathroom. So, hey,
you know what I'm saying? And somebody validate that, like, yeah, you good. It's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Then you know, I can do this in public. Like.
Nah, that's what's up, though. Alright, so you're an artist. You started singing in schools. So when did you start rapping then?
Shortly after that, probably like 10th, 11th, I had a lot of friends who rap, you know what I'm saying? So like, I used to rap, but it wasn't like something I took serious at all. I didn't start taking rap seriously, personally, until like senior year, but nobody knew that. Of course, I had friends who rap, like, you know, KP. I had a couple other friends who rap. I'm not sure if they were serious about it, but it was like, that was our thing, you know what I'm saying? And then Markel Bunch, MD, he went by MD at the time. Now that's classic Mark B. He was the only one with a studio. You know what I'm saying? So he had the basement set up, and I remember that's when I first started like really taking it seriously. But that was like the end of junior year, senior year. Once I started doing that, I really fell in love with creating things like musically. And, you know, it's cool to rap and write raps, but like once you start like creating it and it's like hearing yourself, that's what I fell in love with. A lot of people don't like hearing themselves or like that part of it, but like I fell in love with that part of it.
Hearing yourself like the instrument.
Yeah, it was like, oh, this sound fire. Like I feel like I was the people I was listening to. You know what I'm saying? So like,
no, that's fast though. I know what you mean. When I used to do music, I used to feel the same way though. For real, like going to that booth. When I used to hear it, that shit turned me up. Yeah. For real, like, oh yeah, this that one right here. Like, yeah, regardless of what anybody else thinking, this I'm fucking
like
with.
Now you're on the same playing field as like all your idols. It's like, so when you listen to like your Jay-Z, as like a 13, 14-year-old kid, what's the difference between you listening to Jay-Z now and you listen to yourself? It's like no difference.
No difference.
It's like, yo.
That's why everybody think they can rap now though. Yeah. Once you go in that booth, like, shit, I sound good. I don't know. I don't care what none of y'all talk about. I sound good though.
Yeah.
But like you said, the rest of the world might not think so though. You know, but hey, obviously they thought you were though, because look where you are now though.
For sure.
Yeah. So how long have you said you've been doing music?
I've been seriously, I could say after high school, you know, like I graduated in 2011, so like I thought I was gonna get signed. Like, you know, now looking back, I'm like, boy, I was nowhere near like prepared talent wise or skill level. I'm glad that you didn't have it, you know what I'm saying? But like, so after like the first couple years when it just wasn't happening, I got like mad discouraged, and you know, everybody get in your ear like, oh, you need a backup plan and all this other type of stuff. Ended up going to trade school, got a job I was in my trade for HVAC, and then it was like the worst year of my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go to school, like I have what other people would feel like wow, like you winning. Yeah. And like I was straight taking L's. Like, I was going to work from 7 in the morning to like 10 at night.
Damn, what was it?
And I was 21. I was like 21.
You said you was in trade school?
No, I went to Tower Tech for HVAC. Okay. So when I graduated, I got a job with 1 Hour Heating and Cooling. And it was just not
7 to 10.
Yeah, it's like you go to the morning meeting starts at 7. You're working on the truck and you're in people's houses all day long. Sometimes your last call be like 7, 8 o'clock, and that take a couple hours. Like, so it just wasn't the life for me.
You said 21?
Yeah, I was. Damn. And then you realize it's like this ain't even what I wanted to do.
Yeah, fact.
And now I'm stuck in it.
Stuck in this shit. Like I gotta get out now, or I'm gonna be doing this forever.
So I realized how like people end up at their jobs like 20 years. Cause the first year when it flew like the first year, I remember what made me want to quit. It was funny because we was like I'm sure it's different now, but we had to request days off for the summer, the days we wanted in the summer off. But it's like January. How I supposed to know what day I want in the summer?
No,
you know what I'm saying? But they like, we're always in demand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always gonna be hot. It's always gonna be cold. People need to get cool. People need to, you know what I'm saying? They heat. So it's like a super crazy in demand field, which works if that's what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I didn't know what I was looking for. But I knew that wasn't it.
Like, especially not at 21 and shit.
Man, I couldn't do nothing.
You ain't got time for nothing. You can't
even
spend no time with your friends in college. You can't even go hang with them.
And I'm talking Monday through Saturday.
Damn. Monday through Saturday, your only day off is Sunday.
And by the time you get off, you gotta wash clothes.
Yeah.
Now you're adulting.
Yeah.
You trying to sleep. Like,
so
it was just horrible, bro. Like, the front, I remember the most freeing feeling ever is when I quit. I went, it was one day I was just like, yo, I worked the night before.
Yeah.
So it was like this a-hole dude was like the call guy. And he was like, yeah, you gotta stay out there till you fix it. It's like 10:30. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going home. I don't care about these people air conditioning unit. It's gonna stay broke, so you better send somebody else out here. And then I remember just that feeling. I was like, yo, I can't do this.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So the next morning I was just like, yo, you know, everybody was like, you crazy, the money's good, that's dumb, you went to school for this, everybody just in my ear. But I remember turning them keys into the truck, like, yo, here it is, like, I'm done, I don't want to work here no more. Whatever you need, there's the truck, here's all the stuff that I'm supposed to turn in, I'm out. And walking out of that space, I felt, man, you would have thought I did 30 years in jail or something, bro.
Like you had control of your life.
Yeah, it felt like that, you know what I'm saying?
So took that control.
And I remember from that moment, I always said, like, I'll never do something I don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I don't think a lot of people understand that concept of life. Like, you don't have to do anything.
But how long was you there though?
I was there a full year.
See, but people don't even stick around that long sometimes though. You had to do that for so long though. Them 7 to 10 hour shifts so long though.
Crazy.
So now you understand that work ethic though. You know you can do it for yourself now because you've seen what you do for somebody else though.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. But then to be able to leave that though, that situation and see like, damn, if I'm able to produce like this for them, they see this value in me. What could I do with my own time if I just took control?
Yeah, because I remember right after that, I went to Walmart. And man, I was making crazy money with the HVAC stuff, man. I was making like 16, 17 an hour. This is like 2014, 2013. So that's like that plus commission.
Yeah.
And I'm not spending the money, so because I have nowhere to go.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I might buy food every day, but like, you know what I'm saying? So I remember right after that, I like applied to Walmart, work overnight. It was like $8 and like 40 cents an hour. Literally less than half of what I was making.
Damn, you had to.
So no commission. The wage itself is cut in half.
Did you already have a job before you quit, or you just?
No, I just quit. I quit Dolo. Just like I'm out of there. So when I went to Walmart, I just told them straight up. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I understand what y'all offering. I get it. Can I request days off? That was literally my only question. Like, how does requesting time off go? Because I felt like I should have asked that question.
You need to know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that
on the last job. Like, I need to take off for the summer, but I can't tell y'all yet. I don't know.
So they was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, 3 weeks in advance. I was like, yeah, so like, do y'all honor that? They was like, yeah. And so I told them, I was like, you know, you know what I'm saying, I'm not scared to walk out of here if it ever changes, you know what I'm saying? So as long as it works for me, it'll work for me. You know what I'm saying? And that was like, and since then I just like, always been like mentally conscious of like how much control I have over my situations.
Yeah, fast. So, not moving for the money, but moving for what's really best for you.
Yeah, because the money would be good, but the money keep people in like really uncomfortable situations. A lot of people like that hate their lives every single day because they're doing something they don't want to do to live.
Every day.
You know what I'm saying?
Every day. And they take it out on everybody else too. Though.
Yeah. Imagine hating a job, but you've been going there for every day for 10 years.
For 10 years.
Because it pays your rent and helps your kids. You just go and be miserable every single day. Like,
nah, that's facts though. And to come off your story, the fact that you said you had to work that hard job, when I was I was 18 when I went to the military. They had us working some crazy hours, some crazy ass hours, doing shit I didn't want to do, and I really just signed up off the homeboy. I didn't even sign up for real. Like took a test with my homeboy, and I just happened to pass. And we both got the same scores. Like I was going this together. He didn't even end up going because he had some charges. He couldn't even get in. But I ended up going doing a job that I didn't want to do. They even tricked me kind of. They bought me the contract. Like If you don't sign this contract now, you're gonna have to probably wait a couple more months to see another contract. It's right before the summer started. I'm like, man, I want to do this. I'm trying to do this now. So by the time hit, I'll be able to just be out. Go ahead and get my shit rolling. So I signed that shit. Doing a job I was hating though. Did it for 4 years. Like you said, I had to stick through it though. Learn that that hard work. But see, like damn, I put in all this time, like, but I don't really feel happy with this shit. Like, so then I mean, long story short, I got out of the military. I was in a messed up predicament though. Like actually, I got put out. For real, but I got put out of the military, and when I got put out, I had to come back home. And like you said, make it half. I really was making way less than half than I was making when I was in the military. And then I ended up doing some shit even worse than I was doing in the military. Like doing some bullshit, working security out here. Like in the same way you said, talk about quitting. Because I worked for the military for so long and I seen the value of myself already. Like, all right, boom, boom. I seen they ain't even value me because they put me out so easily. Like they just kicked me out. So I was like, man, I gotta take control of this shit. Like, boom. I started working, like I said, a security job, working that shit for too long though, and I started developing a plan about working for myself and starting my own business, and I started a medical transport company. But before I started the transport company, it was like a long process. It was my first business. I don't even understand the process, like what I got to go through. But it was like, man, I know it's gonna work because I'm betting on myself this time. Like fuck it. Like so I'm still working a security job. But then one day they had me outside working, guarding a parking lot, a fucking empty parking lot, bro. Outside with no car, like in the heat in the summertime. I'm like, this shit is stupid. Like, I could have been in the military making way more bread, doing some easier shit. If this the case, like
standing out in the heat.
Now I'm standing out in the heat. Working with somebody else's uniform on, doing some more bullshit, making less money. It's like this shit's crazy. I'm done. No funny shit. I talked to my girl. I said, yeah, man, this is my last day. That was really my last day. I left the lot that day. They never seen me again. Like I just left the lot. It was like, man, I'm not doing this shit no more. And like I said, my business won't start as yet. I didn't know when it was gonna start. But it was like, I gotta take control of this shit. That won't it though. Like I knew that won't it though.
Yeah. And it's just, I wish people understood that like I know, like I'm a believer of God, you know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people who follow like various religions, they believe like their book is already written. You know what I'm saying? I, in a sense, believe that. But I believe in free will, you know what I'm saying? So whatever story is written, I believe it's multiple stories, you know what I'm saying? And we kind of, with free will, pick which one you know what I'm saying, which one you write. So I just wish people realize how much more control of their lives that they have. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just don't feel that they have control. They allow things to happen to them. And then whatever happened to them dictates their mindset. Then their mindset dictates their life. And it's just a never-ending cycle of bad energy, you know what I'm saying, and miserable like environment. So like, I wish people could understand like, if you don't like it, don't do it.
So are you an only child?
No, I'm the youngest of 4.
Youngest of 4. So when did you spend a lot of time like by yourself as an adult though? I mean, I guess working all the time.
Well, I'm the youngest of 4, but my siblings are like fairly older. They're all my brother's like 4 years older than me. My sister's like 4 years older than him. So like I'm the youngest by far. So I spent a lot of time, like especially after high school and stuff, just like to myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I thankful for that, like low key, because I got to learn who I am. I think a lot of times we don't get to know ourselves early enough.
Yeah, that's what I was going to, because I see you got some knowledge behind what you're saying though. So it's like I know it had to be some time for you had to be to reflect. I want to just even see the value within yourself, to know there was more for yourself and everything.
Just trusting yourself, like learning what you like, learning what you don't like, and learning like not to compromise. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we know what we like, we know what we don't like, but we compromise. Yeah. It's like, well, I need to pay my rent, so I gotta do this thing I don't like. Yeah. It's like, nah, you don't. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's things you can do that you will like. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta either work towards it or find it.
Figure it out.
So yeah, I spent a lot of time alone for a few years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it got my head in a different space to where it was like I was just thinking different. I was more like goal oriented. Like, okay, I know where I come from, and I know where I'm not trying to go back to. You know what I'm saying? So like anything in the whole opposite direction is what I'm with. You know? So it was like a mission, and then like, you know, your peers, your siblings, or people around you, they may not be on the same type time. You know what I'm saying? People may not see things the way you see it, but like, I didn't like the way I grew up. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't having too much. You know what I'm saying? So like, the thing I was really determined to change that, because I believe like when you're a kid, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
But once you become an adult, like once you're over 18, being in those circumstances is a choice to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Like you could choose to change your environment, you could choose to change your lifestyle and who you are. So I was just determined to change that part of my life. You know?
Yeah. Determined to change the outcome though. But
yeah.
You want to change the narrative for your whole heritage though. That's what you're doing though already. Would you say that the music is like therapy for you? Like especially being in those solitude places or being alone at those sound like you said, being able to express yourself and actually see or put your feelings on paper though. You would say feel it's been a form of therapy.
100%. Because like when you spend time alone, a lot of times it's really nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when everybody don't listen, so it's not like you can just walk out into the world, going to Wawa's and just talk to somebody. Yeah. Nah, they're not finna listen to you. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was thankful that I actually talented in music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it created a reason for people to listen. So, like, when I write these stories and I write these songs and I sing them, rap them, when people hear them, and, like, even I have conversations based off the music, it just lets me know, like, wow, somebody's actually listening. Somebody actually gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different. So it makes you want to do it more, and then it makes you want to do it with different intention. You know what I'm saying? So like, it started off to help me and express myself. Then the further I went along, it was like, okay, now that I'm helping myself, I'm comfortable with like expressing myself. It's like, wow, what do I want to say that could help somebody else? Or what do I want to say from my perspective and the way I think about life and the things I think about? How could I share that? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it turned into.
Yeah. That's what's up though. So you're able to heal. You're really able to heal with it though.
For
so
sure.
you're healing others with, like you said, it started off you healing yourself. But from you healing yourself, you're able to help heal the world though.
For sure.
And that's how it goes though, because it starts with self a lot of times though. You gave yourself that self-care to be able to sit and understand yourself and figure out your thoughts though, and heal yourself, and now you're blessing the world though, for real. Wow, that's a blessing though. That's definitely a blessing. What would you say would be the biggest lesson you learned through this journey though? And like the last, I know there's a lot of lessons you learned, a whole lot. But what would you say would be like the one that just was kind of already just, you knew to do it 1,000 times, but you still what's the name, was doing it your own way. But once you realize to just do it like this, things just start making more sense for you.
Trust.
Trust.
My biggest lesson is just literally like trusting the things you can't see.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll think things or you'll create this plan